I'm having this lead object. I'm having this a case object. I'm having a position object, also my custom object. It may be customer object, whatever, anything, like some position object. It may be anything, any object, position object, also anything. So whatever the objects that we have inside the organization, including all standard and custom objects over here. Now, so we are having the various objects are available inside the organization. So now on the other hand, okay, on the other hand, we are having the users. Okay, we are having the users are available over here. On the other hand, we are having the users. On the other hand, we are having the users. So this is my organization. As part of my organization, I'm having so many objects are available inside my organization. On the other hand, I'm having these users are available, like some training batch user and the manager user, testing user, customer user, development user. Like that, we are having so many users are available inside my organization. Now, so in this case, whenever a testing user has created a record inside this account table, to whom that record should be visible, that means we are indicating the
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
ಸರಿ ಪೆನ್ ಇದೆ
Guys, are you able to hear Firoz?
No, we are not.
No.
No, we're also facing the same problem.
Now, so now here in this case, whenever the testing user is creating a record inside this account table, suppose for example, so now assume that today testing user is creating a record inside this table over here. He is creating a record inside my account table. Whenever the testing user is creating a record inside this account table, okay, what is the visibility of this record? That means up to what level the record can be visible. Okay, up to what level the record can be visible. Now we can verify with the help of this. Okay, we can decide with the help of OWD. So when coming to the OWD, OWD decides which record should be visible to whom. So now whenever the user creates a record inside the object, that record should be visible to whom, that can be decided by the OWD. Now, so in this case, we are going to be using the option called as OWD option. So that here we are going to be indicating the OWD. Okay, we are going to be indicating the OWD for each and every object here. For every object, we can able to specify the OWD option. For every object, we can specify the OWD option over here. We can indicate the OWD option for each and every object. Depends upon our application requirement, we can decide the different OWD option. We'll see what OWD options are available over here. For every object, we can able to specify the OWD option. Depends upon the requirement, we can specify the different option for each and every object. We can indicate the OWD. Which OWD option you want to decide, you want to indicate, we can decide. That facility is available to you. So in this case, for each and every object, we can able to assign the OWD. That means OWD can be applicable only on the object level, not on the record level here. OWD can be applicable only on the object level, not on the record level. Then, whenever I'm going to be creating a record, so whenever the testing user is creating a record, or whenever the development user is creating a record inside this account object, then to whom the record should be visible, that will be decided by OWD. OWD will decide to whom this record should be visible. What exactly the record visibility, what is the access level of that record, that will be indicated by the OWD. Now, so in this case, as part of this OWD, we are having the various OWD options are available in Salesforce. Okay, so now we have so many OWD options are available over here. Like we are having private. Second one, public read only. Third one, public read write. Fourth one, public read write transfer. Fifth one, public full access. Sixth one, no access. Seventh one, view only. Eighth one, use. Ninth one, controlled by parent. Controlled by parent. These are the 9 options are available as part of this OWD. So OWD will decide which record should be visible to whom. Whenever I'm creating a record inside this object, that record should be visible to whom, that will be decided by the OWD. So that here we can apply the OWD on that particular object. Once the OWD has been getting assigned, then the same OWD will be applicable for all the users. Whenever the COO user, nothing but testing user, is creating a record, for that user also it will be applied the same OWD option. Whenever the vice president customer user creates a record inside this object, the same OWD option will be applicable. User to user, we can't change that OWD. OWD will be fixed for object. The record may be created by any user inside this object, same OWD option will be getting applicable over here. So that OWD option will be applicable only on object level, not on the user level, not on the record level. Okay, now, so in this case, what are the 9 options we have discussed as part of this OWD? These 9 options are not applicable for all the objects. Few options are available for few objects. That means few options are applicable for few objects. We'll see what options are applicable for which objects. We'll see practically here. These points are very, very important. The first 3 options, like as private, public read only, and the public read write. These 3 options are applicable for all the objects of Salesforce, including standard and the custom objects, all the objects except one standard object, that is price book. Okay, price book object. For the price book object, this option will not be applicable. Okay, only for the price book object. Okay, these 3 options are not applicable over there. Except the price book, all the standard, all the custom objects will be having this option: private, public read only, and the public read write. Let me give them. Private, public read only, and public read write options will be applicable for all standard and custom objects except the price book object. Except the price book object. So for all the standard objects and custom objects, these 3 options are applicable except the price book object. For the price book object, we can't apply these options. Next, the public read rate transfer option will be applicable. It will be applicable for lead and case objects. And the public read rate transfer option will be applicable for lead and the case objects. That means lead object and case object will be having first 3 options are common as it is. Along with that, it will be having one more additional option also, that is public read rate transfer. Next, the public full access option. Public full access option will be applicable only for campaign. Okay, public full access option will be applicable only for the campaign. So campaign object will be having the first 3 options are common as it is, and along with it, it will be having one more additional option that is called as public full access. Now, the next 3 is no access, view only, use. No access, view only, and use options will be applicable for only price book object. For only price book object. Price book object contains only these 3 options. 5th one, controlled by parent option will be applicable for the child objects. Child objects which are associated with master detail association. Master detail association. Because in master detail association, every child record will be controlled by the parent. Each child record will come under the control of parent automatically. So these are the options. So whatever the 9 options are available, all these 9 options are not applicable for all the objects in Salesforce. Few options are applicable for few objects. Few options are not applicable for few objects also.
So what you mean by master detail association?
We'll see that part next week.
Okay.
Master detail in the sense here, whenever we are mapping the association between the two objects, we are using this master detail association. Okay. So now here in this case, these are the various options are available as part of. Now, so now let's see in this case, how can we use these options over here? How can we use these options and how can we apply this OWD for the objects? Now let's see practically in this case. Now, so whenever if you want to see this OWD options, we have to go to this navigation. Like we have to go to the setup menu, go to the administrator menu in the left panel, and then we have to go to the security controls. Inside that you will be having an option called as sharing settings. Okay, you will be having an option called as sharing settings. So inside this sharing settings, you will be having the option called as OWD, nothing but organization wide defaults. You will be having a section called as OWD section will be available. There you can able to see that. Now, so in this case, how can we do that? Now let me explain. In this case, go to the organization wide defaults settings. Defaults section. Click on edit button. Select the OWD option for each object from the pick list and then click on save and then click on save. Now, so this is the navigation process we have to use in order to change the OWD option for each and every object. Okay. Now, so in this case, how can we change this OWD option? We'll see practically now one by one. Okay, this concept is a bit lengthy topic. I would like to digging into the concept here. Generally, nobody will discuss the lengthy concepts here. Simply, they will give what is what. Now, I want to dig into the concept. Now, let's see. So now, in this case, if you want to apply the OWD action, let's go to that administrator menu in the left panel. Go to the security controls and expand it. Click on sharing settings. Click on sharing settings. Click on this sharing settings link. Here you will be having a section called as organization wide defaults section. So now these are the objects are available. These are the objects are available: lead object, account object, and contract object, contact object, order object, asset object, opportunity, case, campaign member, user, activity, calendar, price book, individual. Like that, along with you will be having your custom objects also. Like we are having the candidate object, customer object, hiring manager, patient, position, like that. Some custom objects are also available over there. Now, so in this case, I want to change this OWD option. This is the OWD option is available for each and every object. This is the OWD option is available for each and every object. Now I want to change it. Then how can we do that? Now let's see. Now click on edit button. Now select the OWD option for each and every object. Like when you go to my account, we are having three options: private, public read only, public read write. Three options are available over here. Next, when you go to this opportunity also, you are having private, public read only, public read write. Next, when you go to some custom objects also, any custom object, you will be having the private, public read only, public read write. That means these first three options are common for all standard and all custom objects of Salesforce. Every standard object and every custom object will be having these are three common options are available: private, public read only, and the public read write. Next, when you go to the lead object and the case object, now go to the lead object here. First two. When you go to this one, first three options are common. Along with that, it is having one more additional option that is called as public read write transfer. And then case object also. When you go to the case object also, you will be having the first three options are common, and you will be having one more additional option that is called as public read write transfer. So public read write transfer option is applicable for both the lead and the case objects, not to other objects in Salesforce. Next, when you go to the campaign object, the first three options are common: private, public read only, public read write. These three options are common. Along with that, it is having one more additional option that is called as public full access. And then when you go to the Pricebook object contains only the three options: use, view only, no access. Views, view only, no access. When you go to the child objects, they will be having the option called as controlled by parent. They will be having the option called as controlled by parent. Like when you go to the child objects over here, they will be having the option called as controlled by parent. That means this object records will be controlled by parent. That means the record visibility will be controlled by the parent record. Whatever the parent record is there, the same parent record sharing features will be applicable for child also over here. That facility is available. These are the various options are available as part of this OWD. Now, so now here in this case, how can we apply each and every OWD option over here? Now let's see.
So what is different by the internal access and external access?
Now, external access for that, whenever we are having the integration with the third-party system, for the third-party system, what will be the access you would like to grant? For that one, we are using external access over here. For the internal users, what is the level of access you want to grant? For the third-party systems, what is the level of access you would like to grant? For that one, we are having the internal and external. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So now in this case, how can we apply the option private? So in this one, two features are very, very important. Definitely will be having minimum 6 to 7 questions on security. That's what I have given almost almost 60 to 70 features as part of security. Generally, nobody will discuss those many things. So I'm going each and every feature in detail. So now in this case, whenever you are going for the interview process, our most of the work will be on security part. Suppose if you got the job as a Salesforce administrator, 80% of your work is purely on security. Always you have to manage the users, create the users, grant the permissions, remove the permissions, everything you have to take care of. So that here 80% of your work will be purely on security. Now, so the security concept is one of the major aspects in Salesforce configuration and development also, especially. In both the cases, we need this one. Now, so now here in this case, so now let's see the first option, kept on good. So what exactly the private over here? Now let me explain. For example, whenever I'm going to be making this object sortability, for example, I have an object here account. But this account object, if I'm making this object sortability as private, then what will happen? Whenever I'm making the object sortability equals to as private, then what will happen? Private means what? From now onwards, in this account object, whenever you are creating a record, that record will be private to you. That means the record is your own. It's not a public record. It will not be visible to everyone. The record will be visible only to you and your manager. Because your manager will be controlling you. Your manager is having the controlling on you, so that here and you and your manager will be able to see the record. Other people inside the organization will not be able to access. So in this case, when coming to that OWD private, whenever I'm going to be making the objects OWD as private, then the record visibility will be only for owner and his manager. Other people inside the organization will not be able to access the record. Only the owner of the record and his manager will be having the access on the record. Other people will not be able to access. That is a functionality of private. The record is a private record. It's not a public record. All the people can't access. Now, sometimes here, for example, I want to share my record to my sibling or my subordinate. Let, for example, assume that, for example, assume that my account object OWD is some private. My account object OWD is some private. Assume that this is private. I'm making this object OWD as private. So now in this case, what will happen? Whenever testing user creates a record, the record will be visible only to the testing user and his manager. Only these two people will be able to see. Other people will not be able to access the record because the record is a private record here. It's not a public record. If it is like as a private property, public property will be utilizing by only the owner of that property here. Public property will be common to every event. Like the similar concept. Whenever I'm making the object's portability as private, then whenever a user creates a record inside the object, record will be visible only to the owner of the record and his manager. So in this case here, whenever you are making the objects portability as private, then at that time, if any of the user creates a record inside the object, then the record will be visible only to the owner of the record and his manager. Other people will not be able to access the record. But sometimes you can raise a question, sir, I want to share, as a testing user, I want to share my record to one of my colleague, like as a mental user. How? For that reason, Salesforce has introduced a feature called as sharing feature. It is also called as sharing settings. Sharing feature is also called as sharing settings. So now here in this case, what will happen? Whenever I'm going to be making the record restricted, suppose if the record is visible to everyone, then there is no need of sharing mechanism because record is a public. Everybody can access. And what is the need of sharing? If the record is not visible, then only we can able to share. We need to make the record visible to the other people over here. In this case, Salesforce has given a feature called as sharing feature that is also called as sharing settings. Now, in this case, whenever we are going to be making the objects OWD as private, at that time, if any of the user creates a record inside the object, that record is a private record. That record is visible to the owner of the record and his manager. Other people will not be able to access the record. To make the record to be visible to the other people, Salesforce has given a feature called as sharing feature that is also called as sharing settings. Okay, now. In this case, what do you mean by sharing? Sharing is nothing but we are going to be making our records to be visible to the other people inside the organization. So, whatever the records are available, those records I would like to make it visible to the other people as well. I want to make the record to be visible to the other people as well. But that one we are using the feature called as sharing. Like for example, assume that in our batch we're having some almost from 25 to 30 members are available. So every day I'm taking up the session and then I'm going to be preparing the video, I'm preparing the notes also. These are notes and video I'm sharing to you, right? Every day I'm uploading that video and the notes into the drive and then I'm sharing the drive. So that here we all are the members, we all are a team. So whatever the record that I prepared, I'm sharing that record to you because we all are the team. So in this case, whenever if you want to share the record to the other people, whenever if you want to make the record to be visible to the other people, then we are using a feature called as sharing mechanism. Then what exactly the sharing? Sharing is a feature which is used to share the record to the other people, which is used to share the record to the other people. That means I want to make my record to be visible to the other people. Now, whenever if you want to make the record to be get visible to the other people, then we are using the help of a feature called as sharing feature. Then how many ways are available to share the record? How to share the record? Okay, through this sharing feature. Now let me explain. So let me explain the architecture. That means the concept first, then we can see the practical part. If you know the concept, then practical will be very, very easy for you. Don't think Salesforce is the security part is the theoretical, it's a practical part. I will show you. So now here in this case, whenever we are making the record as a private, then the record will not be visible to the other people. So to make the record to be visible to the other people, we are using the help of a feature called as sharing feature. Then how can we share the record over here? So now whenever we are going to be sharing the record, okay, upon sharing the record, we have three ways available. We have three ways. We have three ways to share the record. First one is manual sharing. Second one, automated sharing. Third one, Apex sharing. These are the three types of sharings are available when coming to your Salesforce instance. Upon sharing the record, we have three ways of sharing mechanisms are available in Salesforce. First one is manual sharing. Second one is automated sharing. Third one is Apex sharing. These are the three types of sharing mechanisms are available. Now let me explain the architectural concept of sharing and then I will show you the practical part. For example, assume that I'm having an object. This is my account object. This is my account object. Now for this account object, I have given that object's OWD as per. I have given the object's OWD as per. For this account object, I have given the object OWD as per. I have given the object OWD as per. So whenever I'm giving the object OWD as private, that means what? Whenever I'm giving the object's OWD equals to private, that means what? So from there onwards, if any of the user creates a record, okay, if any of the user creates a record inside the object, inside this account table, that record will be visible only to the owner of the record and his manager. Only the owner of the record and his manager will be able to access that record. Other people inside the organization will not be able to access that record. Okay, the other people inside the organization will not be able to access that record. Only the owner and his manager will be able to access that record. Other people can't be able to access. So in this case, Salesforce has given a feature called as sharing feature. So Salesforce has given a feature called as sharing features. That is also called as sharing settings. That is also called as sharing settings. Salesforce has given a feature called as sharing feature. Now, Salesforce has given a feature called as sharing feature. By using this sharing feature, what we can do, we can make our record to be get visible to other people. That means we can share the record to the other people. We can make our record to be accessible by the other people inside my organization. Then how can we share the record? Whenever we are going to be sharing the record, we can use any one of that sharing mechanism. Okay? We can use any of that sharing mechanism. Those are called as sharing types. Okay, those are called as sharing types. So we have three types of sharing mechanisms are available here. The first one is we can use the manual sharing. Second one, automated sharing. Third one, Apex sharing. These are the three types of sharing features are available inside your Salesforce instance. So we can able to share the record by using these three ways. These are the three types of sharing mechanisms are available in Salesforce. We have manual sharing and then automated sharing and the Apex sharing. These are the three ways are available over here. Now, so let me explain each and every feature. Manual sharing and then automated sharing and then Apex sharing. So manual sharing we have and automated sharing and then Apex sharing. Three types of sharing mechanisms are available. So now we are having three types of sharing mechanisms are available inside your Salesforce instance. Whenever if you want to share the record, we have three ways are available. Manual sharing, automated sharing, and the Apex sharing. These are the sharing mechanisms. Sharing mechanisms. These are the various sharing mechanisms that are available as part of your Salesforce instance. Then what exactly manual sharing, what exactly automated sharing, what exactly Apex sharing? So now how can we share the record manually? Okay, now let me explain. So manual sharing in the sense what? Manually we can share each and every record separately. Manually we can share each and every record separately to the people. So manually we can share the record. Then how can we share the record manually? For that one, Salesforce is providing the button called as sharing button. Where is that sharing button? When you go to the records detail page. For example, whenever I'm making this account object portability as private, okay, private. Click on save. I'm making the account object portability as private. So now it is enabling that here. It is indicating that one of your sharing operation is in progress. Now let it complete over here. Now refresh this user interface. Still it is in process. That's what it is not yet updated over here still. Now refresh this user interface again. Now my operation has been done. Now it is indicating account object portability is equals to private. Account object portability is equals to private. Now, so now in this case, when you go to that account object, whenever you are making the object's portability as equals to private, then on each and every record inside this account object detail page, it is providing a button called as sharing button. Like when you go to that account object, in this account object, open any of the record, whatever you want. I'm opening the record over here, like some Sham Kumar record. When you go to the record detail page, we are having one button called as sharing button. So by using this sharing button, we can share the record to the required people, to the required users. We can share the record manually. Okay, manually, we can share the record to the required users by using this sharing button. So that how can we do the manual sharing? Manual sharing can be done with the help of this sharing button. Through sharing button, you can click on the button, we can share the record manually. Now, so in this case, manual sharing can be done with the help of a button called as a sharing button. Now,
How do we indicate? Sir, I have a quick question,
yeah.
sir. How do we indicate to whom we are sharing this particular record? Like,
I will show you that. I will show you that to whom we need to share the record. We'll decide. Okay, I will share you. Let me explain this concept, then I will show you the practical part so that you can understand.
Okay.
So now here in this case, upon creating this record, okay, it is providing a button called a sharing. So now in this case, how can we share the record manually? Manual sharing can be done with the help of sharing button. Manual sharing can be done with the help of sharing button. We can use this sharing button. With the help of this sharing button, we can able to share the record to the required people manually. Manually, we can share the record to the required people. To the required people, we can share the record manually. That facility is available over here. Now, so now here in this case, okay, now in this case, how can we do this automated sharing over here? Okay, how can we do this automated sharing? Automated means what? Suppose if you're sharing a record, then we can go to the record detail page, click on sharing button, select the people to whom you want to share, and we can share the record. Select the similar way, I want to share one more record. So open the another record, click on sharing button, share the record. Open the third record, click on sharing button, share the record. Open the fourth record, click on sharing button, share the record. Like that, we are sharing the record one by one, one by one, one by one. That means record by record, record by record, record by record. We are sharing the records to the required people to whomever you want. But in this case, if I'm having some 10 records, then fine. I can spend some 10 minutes time and then I can able to manage the records and then we can share the record to the required people. Suppose if I'm having 1,000 records are available, 100 records are available, 1,000 records, 10,000 records are available to share, then how can we do it? If it is a very less number of records, then fine. I can manage my time. I can spend some half an hour time or I can spend some 1 hour time and we can share the record manually. Fine, no problem. But if the record number is very large, if you want to share some thousands of records, lakhs of records, crores of records, then how can we do this? At that time, will it be a time-consuming process, right? Yes, it's a time-consuming process. We can't share those records manually to the people. It will be very difficult. It's a time-consuming process which takes a lot of time to share the record to the multiple people. So in this case here, okay, in this case, to avoid that problem, Salesforce has given a feature called as automated sharing. By using this automated sharing, we can share the record to whom? To the required people. Okay, to the required people, we can share the record over here. By using this automated sharing, we can share the record to the required people. How? So now, to validate the records, we are using validation tools. Like the similar way to share the records, Salesforce is providing a feature called as sharing rules. So we are using a feature called as sharing rules. With the help of sharing rules, we can share the record to the required people. To whomever you want, we can share the record over there. We can share the record to the required people by using sharing rules. These are the automated rules which we are going to be creating to share the record automatically. I don't want to share the record manually. I want to make it automated. I will keep on creating the record. It will keep on sharing the record automatically by its own. Now let's see here also. So in our regular concept also, every day I'm not sharing the record to you. Every day keep on updating the records, or that means the 4 documents and the videos into the drive. Automatically that will be sharing to you by that Google Drive itself. I'm not sharing manually. First day only we are sharing the record to you. We're sharing the drive access to you. From second day onwards, keep on I'm uploading the video and the notes into the drive. Automatically it will be sharing to you by default. Because automated process. Because if I'm sharing every video to you manually, it will take some minimum 2 hours of time to me. Because when you go to our classroom sessions, we will be having almost 100 to 120 members will be there in a batch. In one session, we are having 100 to 120 members will be there per batch. So at that time, if I'm sharing those records to 120 people every day, like I'm having that 4 batches per day, at that time it will be very difficult for me to share the record to all the people every day. So in this case here, that will be an automated process. That is an automated process over there. So now here in this case, now in this case, whenever if you want to share the record automatically, we are using the help of a feature called as sharing rules. And then Salesforce has given an option also called as Apex sharing, nothing but through Apex programming also. As part of Force.com platform, we know a feature called as Apex programming. Through Apex programming also, we can able to share the record here by using Apex programming. With the help of this Apex programming also, we can share the record to the required people. Through Apex programming also, we can share the record to the required people. That facility is available for them. These are the 3 ways are available to share the record. It's a common question in every interview. How can we share the record manually? So now you can explain that. So now we can share the record manually by using sharing button. When sharing button is visible, when I make the object portability as private, in that object, whatever the records are available on the records, we will be having the sharing button. So we can share the record manually. And then, so now in this case, if I'm sharing the records manually one by one, it will take more time if the number of records are more. So to avoid that problem, we are going to be creating the process automated. We are going to be making the process automated with the help of a feature called as sharing rules. Through sharing rules, we can create some automated rules which will share the record automatically by default. We need to share the record, that will take care of. Based on the condition which are specified, it will share the record automatically. If the record is matching, it will be sharing the record automatically. Now, through Apex programming also, we can able to share the record, that is called as Apex sharing mechanism. Okay. Now, in this case, to whom we can share the record by using this manual sharing. By using that sharing button also, we can share the record to the required people. Okay, we can share the record to the required people over. To whom we can able to share that record. By using this manual sharing, with the help of this sharing button also, we can able to share the record to the required people. Okay, then how can we share the record to the required people over there? So how many people we can able to share the record? Now let me explain this concept over here. Now, whenever you are sharing the record to the people, we can share the record to either single user or multiple users also. So in this case, we can share the record to a single user also. We can share the record to a single user also. Or else you can share the record to multiple users also. Multiple users also we can share the record. So now upon sharing the record, we can share the record to a single user. And then we can share the record to multiple users also. We can share the record to multiple users. So then how can we share the record to the multiple users? Now, in this case, we are going to be using a feature called as public groups. We are using a feature called as public groups feature. Like for example, assume that suppose I want to share some information to you, or if you want to share some information to your friends regarding some new year, regarding a festival, then what you are going to do? Will you share that message manually to each and everyone like us? Okay, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, like that? No. We are creating a group. It may be WhatsApp also, it may be Facebook also, it may be Twitter also. It may mobile also, we are creating a group. In that group, we are adding all the people. Once all the people has been added to the group, then post the message inside the group. Whenever I'm sharing the message to the group, then all the group members will be receiving that access over here. Everybody will be able to access that. Like the similar way, here also, if you want to share the record to the multiple people, then create a public group over here. Then create a public group. So I'm preparing a public group over. I'm creating a public group, and to this public group, I would like to share the record. So in this case, I'm creating a public group over here. I'm creating a public group. To this public group, we are going to be sharing the record. I'm sharing the record to this public group over there. Whenever we are going to be sharing the records, then it may be manual sharing, it may be automated sharing, it may be Apex sharing also. Anything, upon sharing the record, we can share the record to a single user, or we can share the record to the multiple users also. At that time, we can able to group all the people to a public group, and then we can share the record to the public group. Whenever I'm sharing the record to the public group, then all the people will be getting the access automatically. That facility is available as part of this public group concept. Then how can we share? Whenever I'm sharing the record, for example, let me explain. So now upon granting the access to you, upon sharing the access to you, what are the videos I'm uploading, I'm indicating the level of access, what you can do on this video. Just you can able to view, or you can able to share the record to other people, or what you can do on this. So now what are the videos are available, and the videos I'm granting the read-only access to you. And the documents I'm granting read-write access, so that you can download the document, but you can't download the videos. I'm restricting that because I'm the owner of the group. I'm the owner of that. I'm the owner of the drive, so I'm having the full rights on that. I can do whatever I want. I can add some new videos. I can add some new documents. I can modify that. I can remove that. Everything I can do that because I'm the owner. So now here in this case, upon sharing the record to the people, we can able to grant the required level of access also. What level of access we can grant? Here we are having 2 levels of access are available in Salesforce. Now, upon granting the access over here, you will be having 2 levels of access are available. Now, in this case, we are having the 2 levels of accesses are available. That is called as read-only access and the read-write access. Read-only and the read-write. These are the 2 types of accesses we can able to grant on this particular record to the people over there. So whenever you are going to be granting the access on the records, you will be having these are the 2 levels available. Level of access. What level of access you would like to grant on this record to the user. We can decide either read only, read write. That means what if I'm granting read only, we can see only the record. You can't modify, you can't delete. If I'm granting read write, you can able to view, you can able to modify, but you can't delete the record because I'm the owner. Deletion rights are always available with me. Suppose if I'm granting read write, if it is giving the access to delete, if I keep on uploading the video, if I keep on deleting the video, then what is the security in this case? So that deletion rights will be always available at the owner's hand. Okay, only the owner can delete that record. Now, so now here in this case, here let's see. So now whenever we are going to be granting that record visibility over here, we can able to decide what level of access you would like to grant. And then I'm going to be indicating this. So upon sharing the record to the people, we can decide what level of access you would like to grant on the record. We can decide the level of access also. Based on that level of access, we can able to share the record to the record. This is the concept of sharing. Complete concept is there inside this diagram. If anybody asks you, could you please explain the sharing mechanism of Salesforce, then you have to explain all this entire diagram. If you're having this picture in your mind, then you can explain the whole process. Okay, the same concept, nothing but the whatever the diagram that I have discussed right now, the same thing I would like to show you practically over there. Okay, now, so in this case, whenever we are making the object's portability as private, then the record will be getting visible to only to the owner of the record and his manager. Other people inside the organization, like siblings or the subordinate people, those people will not be able to access the record. To make that record to be visible to the other people, we are using a feature called as sharing feature. Through sharing feature, we can share the record to that required people. To a single user also we can share, to the multiple users also we can share. Upon sharing the record to the users, Salesforce has given 3 sharing mechanisms to us. First one is manual sharing, second one automated sharing, third one Apex sharing. And then, so then how can we do that? Manual sharing can be done with the help of a sharing button, and then automated sharing can be done with the help of an automated rules called as the sharing rules, and then Apex sharing can be done with the help of Apex programming. Through programming, by writing some code, we can share the record to the required people. In this case, upon sharing the record to the people by using any mechanism here, so now we can decide what level of access you can grant on this record. What level of access you would like to grant on this record. So whether those people can see your record or whether those people can see and modify the record here. Because deletion rights you can't grant, because deletion rights are always available at the owner's hand here. Only the owner will be having the rights to delete. Other people can't delete that record. So that here, upon sharing the record, we can grant the level of access either read-only or read-write. If I'm granting read-only, it will be granting only the view permission to the people. If I'm granting read-write, that will be granting the read permission and then modification permission also, not deletion permissions. Okay, this is the concept of sharing mechanism in Salesforce. If anybody asks you, could you please explain that sharing process or the sharing model of Salesforce, then you have to explain this complete diagram. Okay. Now, so then how to do this one practically, we'll see in tomorrow's session. In tomorrow's session, we'll see the practical part. Tomorrow we have the session as usual. Saturday also we'll take up the session. If possible, if everybody is okay, we'll take up the session on Sunday also. Because we have cancelled 2 sessions last 2 days before, yesterday and day before yesterday. So I would like to take up the session on Saturday and Sunday also.
Sir, I have a question. Like while
Yes.
I'm making account and contact private, the opportunity and cases are also getting private. So what is the dependency?
Yeah, because those are the associated records, right? Those are the child objects. That's what
Okay.
here you will be getting. But the child objects will be getting controlled by parent over there.
Okay. Thank you.